So first and foremost, welcome to an information session about JMU's pre-professional health programs. My name is Sharon Babcock, and I have the joy of serving as the director of the Pre-Professional Health Advising Office. And I have two wonderful advising colleagues with me here this morning. And so after an introductory conversation that I get to host with you all, we will go into breakout rooms based on each of your students' individual interest areas. So again, our format today is to spend 5 minutes or so with an overview of pre-professional health programs, and then allow you plenty of time to ask individualized, interest-based questions of 3 different advisors who are here today. So on the screen, you'll see my favorite part of the job that we all get to do, which is seeing the smiling faces of just a few of the more than 1,000 students of ours who have entered health professions programs in just the last couple of years. So it is a joy to get to watch and witness each individual student grow from being a prospective student at JMU to being a current student and then graduating and going on to a health professions programs. So we're hoping we may capture some of your interest and energy this morning as we tell you a little bit about what pre-professional health advising is. So I want to first share with you on the left-hand side of your screen that we have 9 pre-professional health programs here at JMU. So if you're interested in becoming an athletic trainer, a dentist, a physician, an occupational therapist, an optometrist, a pharmacist, a PT, a PA, or a vet, you're here based on that interest and wanting to hear more about how JMU approaches preparing students for these graduate level health professions programs. So at the top of your screen, you'll see what we as PPH advisors commit to doing for you. Our job is to be here to help you with 2 really important aspects of what it takes to be a successful pre-professional health student, and that's planning and lots of decision making. So your advisors are here to help you with planning and decision making, and that planning and decision making takes place in 3 areas. As you explore your individual career interests or career interests, as you prepare for that profession, both academically as well as experientially, and ultimately apply to a master's or doctoral degree level program of your choice. So in other words, as high school students, you're already thinking not just about your first degree, a bachelor's degree, but you're already seeking information about the degree after that at either master's or doctoral level. Now, more specifically here at JMU, our programs function as academic minors. So these are minor programs, which means completing a pre-professional health program still doesn't mean you can get out of here with a degree. So what that means is that PPH students also select the degree and the major that is of greatest interest to them. Selecting a major that's of interest to you is probably one of the best ways to enhance the likelihood of your academic and experiential preparation. And there's only one caveat we want to offer is that nursing, which is a degree and a major program here at JMU, is in and of itself a health profession and oftentimes leads to a conflict with preparing for one of the 9 professions that you see listed to the left. So select the major that's of greatest interest to you with the caution that nursing is often not in alignment or in agreement with your preparation for these other health professions. Now, students often ask, well, if we pick the degree or major of our choice, what are some of the most common majors that JMU students choose as they're preparing for one of these 9 health professions? Well, the most populated majors on our campus amongst these students are, as you might imagine, biology, chemistry, health sciences, kinesiology, and psychology. Now, there are two other degree programs that, just in the sake of transparency, that are more challenging to complete. They would be things like engineering and the arts, meaning things like studio art or music as majors. Sometimes those do really require 5 years to completion, but I don't want a student who's ultimately interested in that area to be dissuaded that that is not an option for you to also pursue a professional health career. So the last piece that I want to also highlight is that JMU also supports its alumni. So the health professions advisors that we are going to be introducing to you later in this session, we are here and make a commitment to our students, not just while they are here completing their degree, but we support alumni for up to 4 years after graduation. And this is directly reflective of the timing and the planning that's required for applying to a health professions programs. We don't want to disappear at the time you may need us the most. All right, so let's transition now to a little bit more information about the pre-professional health minors here at JMU. So the sheet that you see displayed is one of 2 pages of a summary table of the courses that are represented within each of the 9 minors. So we want to make sure you know where you can go on our website to download this exact same document, and that's indicated to you at the bottom of the screen. So go to our main entry page on our website and look for a blue box, and inside that blue box is the PPH course requirements. So let's now go back to the details on this table, and you'll see that there are a fair number of discipline areas that are shared across all 9 pre-professional minor programs. And as you can see from this front of the table, you see things like biology, chemistry, physics, and math represented in the rows of the table, and each of the minors is represented by individual columns. So it's a pretty common experience for pre-professional health students to complete courses in the natural sciences and in mathematics. Now, at home, when you flip that sheet over, you'll also see a common pattern amongst the courses that pre-professional health students finish, which includes the behavioral and the social sciences, things like psychology, sociology, and anthropology, as well as applied sciences like the health sciences and kinesiology, as well as the humanities, English, and philosophy. So pre-professional health students are taking similar disciplinary areas, and these courses often overlap with many of our general education courses, as well as overlap with some of the major programs that our students are completing. Now, our minors, or the courses in our minor programs, are designed not just to fulfill prerequisites for admission to graduate programs, but they're also there to make sure that we are helping students secure the academic foundation as preparation for standardized admissions tests. Now, for those of you who are from Virginia, we construct this list certainly based on a survey of health professions programs in the state of Virginia. But for those of you who are not from Virginia, rest assured, we're also making sure we're incorporating professional requirements from schools located in such states, including things like the District of Columbia, Pennsylvania, Maryland, New York, New Jersey, the Carolinas, etc. So the courses that are in our minors are representative of our advisors keeping a close eye on what professional schools are wanting to see in their applicants. And finally, another important element of JMU's PPH programs being minors, it ensures that the courses that our students are completing that are associated with those minors are also financial aid eligible. So now just a quick overview of the way advising works here at JMU. And of course, we envision this as our student is at the center of a support network of advisors. And if you look at 12 o'clock on this image, you'll see that for incoming new students to campus, whether you are admitted as a first-year student or as a transfer student, You have a specialist advisor that helps you even before you physically arrive on campus with making sure your scheduling for your first semester classes goes well. To the right at 1 o'clock, PPH advisors become assigned to you during the first week of classes when you're on campus. And don't forget, we said it's important for you to select the major or other academic programs that are of interest to you. So you would also have a major advisor that would help you finish that degree program that you are interested in. And some of you may also declare additional minors. You may be a varsity athlete, and you may be a members of the Honors College. So you'll have advising resources associated with those elements of your time as a JMU do. And then last but not least, we also have a peer advising model on campus where we have Madison advising peers available to support our students. And even in our office, we have 3 Madison advising peers here to help support students if they have questions and are just seeking a little guidance from a peer. It's a great way to get started on campus. All right, so let's go back a little bit to some of the elements that may be the source of some of your questions before we go to some breakout rooms. So this slide is showing you at the top a sense of timeline. Each of the arrows represent things that PPH students have to do. And some of those activities, those that are in purple, really span all 4 years of your time completing a bachelor's degree. And the last 2, things like standardized tests and making a decision about when to apply, take place later on in the degree program. So we're going to focus a little bit today, a little bit more on that academic preparation, which we showed you the course lists, and the advisors and breakout rooms would be happy to answer more questions. But we also want to underscore the career exploration piece, which means that some of that may have happened already because you're here today, even before you've graduated from high school, exploring information about a potential health career. And the other element is that experiential preparation, the other activities that you have to plan and incorporate into your time as an undergraduate student. So some of you may be coming in with college level coursework as a high school student. And so that's why we work closely with those experts, those first year or transfer advisors to help meet you where you are when you come to our campus. And then at the end of your time, you graduate and begin to start a professional program. All right, so here's where we start to transition. I want to make sure that each of you are aware that we have minor specific information at our website. And we have a wonderful, very, very descriptive brochure for each of our 9 minor programs located at our website at the address that you see on the screen. Now, we're about to go to those breakout rooms, and I'm going to let you know who's going to be in those breakout rooms so you can decide where you want to go next to ask more questions. So if you are a student who's interested in pre-athletic training, pre-occupational therapy, or pre-physical therapy, the person you're going to meet is Louise Gilchrist. And she, in fact, would be your assigned advisor should you ultimately come to JMU and decide to pursue any of those 3 health professions careers. Now, if you're interested in being pre-med or becoming a physician assistant or a veterinarian, the person who you'll meet in that breakout room is Katie Fisher. Those are the 3 programs that she advises and ultimately would be your assigned advisor at JMU should you opt to come to JMU. I share part of that population with Katie, but I need to be here today to help support another population I serve, the pre-dent interested students. And then I'm going to do my best to represent pre-optometry and pre-pharmacy and address those questions. Our 2 advisors who serve in an official capacity for those programs are not with us, but I want to make sure we get your questions answered as well. So I will turn that over to our support network who will activate our breakout room